Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again with another Star Wars The Black Series retrospective figure review, and today we have in front of us Clone Commander Bly. And yeah, here's the figure. It's been out there for like 2 years, and I've had him I got him when he was like reissued, and looking great with his, it seems, yeah, he has two blasters and the larger one. Yeah, this is the old packaging style, the red line, you have, but I really like these illustrations they had here. I mean, kudos to that artist. Here you have the bio, so if you want to read it, pause it now and just read it yourself. Legalese and more stuff, so I think it's just time to get him out of the packaging and see how good he actually is. And there we have Clone Commander Bly out of the packaging, looking great. But I must tell you, this figure was a bit of a nightmare because out of the packaging, his knees and his lower legs were all like misplaced. So I had to change the knees, I had to change the lower legs, and then I had to change the feet. And halfway through the process, one of the pegs snapped. So this peg here is just like, I drilled a bit with a hand drill. I put a little bit of like a little metal piece, a wire, and kind of glued them together, the two halves of this peg. But yeah, so this guy will be just like standing there. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, or a huge shame actually, that the quality control is not good enough, and then we have to deal with such situations. But yeah, the figure itself looks great, and it has the Captain Rex body, so it's one of the better clone figures. You can see all the brown stripes with all the wear and tear, and he's kind of weathered, but it still looks like it's a clean figure. But in any case, it's you have the nice Phase 2 helmet with this visor here. You can see the details there. It's articulated. He comes with his larger blaster here, blaster rifle or whatever it's called. And I also took the chance to, these hands, just as Rex, this one doesn't have a trigger finger, so I cut that out myself. So I have two trigger fingers. He also comes with the two smaller blasters here that you must be quite familiar with by now. And the larger one, of course. We know all these weapons. And yeah, he comes with two of these. So it's very similar to Rex, but and he also has a soft goods camera. It's already right now it's a bit, it's totally wet because I took a while doing all that which I just told you. But yeah, great figure. You can see his pauldron is not the same as Rex. This guy has like two sides, has no hanging pouches here. Has this like belt with some smaller pouches, but not the black ones that Rex comes with. He has the two holsters, his utility belt with this little buckle painted in gunmetal gray. Yeah, a good looking figure. Again, it's just a shame that I had this situation I just told you about. Now, articulation wise, this guy, the head is on a ball hinge, so he can look up that far. He can look down that far. No tilt because it's quite tight there on the neck. He can turn, of course, all the way around, or kind of. But I mean, you can turn the head. You have this thing on hinges on the side of the helmet. The elbows, the shoulders can lift up to, let's see how far. Let's say up to 90. But of course, these pauldrons might get on the way, or are getting on the way. But yeah, it's an armored character, so what do you expect? He has a nice bicep swivel. It gets hindered at some point, again, the armor, but double jointed pinned elbows. This figure is 2 years old, or kind of, so don't expect pinless yet. But he has a nice, a very nice amount of bend on the elbows there. This hand has a vertical swivel. It wasn't frozen out of the box. can turn all the way around, and this has an horizontal swivel and can turn all the way around. And as you can see here, I cut that trigger finger so he can hold both his guns or whatever. He has 2 trigger fingers. He has a diaphragm joint here at the, well, exactly there where you can see, exactly at the diaphragm. I think because of the many times I put this guy in hot water, this thing came out, but it has just a little slot there. I think you can see it where you can just stab it in and it won't be a problem. So he has the turning around. He can bend forwards just a little bit. Sorry, I'm not focusing. He can bend backwards just a little bit, but I mean, again, armored character, and I think the articulation is not that bad for what, I mean, for it being an armored character, which I'm saying like for the 10th time already. The legs can do that far splits. Of course, clone legs, you know the drill. If you want to kick forward, you need to turn the leg because of the shape of the armor, and he'll be able to kick kind of 90. He has double jointed pinned knees. I will use this leg because the other one is the one with the broken peg that I don't want to unglue. I mean, it's glued there and with a little wire in between, so it's not the most stable thing, but it will do at least for the optics. So you can bend the knee that far. You have this clone armor feet that, you know, no bending backwards but a little bit forward. And yeah, these are the feet that I had to change sides, you know, I mean, because they were, well, misplaced. At least for me, now it looks better. I mean, these things were not aligned before I changed all the stuff, and I use Rex's body as a reference because there's like a protuberance here on the knee pads, and that's supposed to go upwards. I don't know if it's visible in the camera. You can see here's like a little protuberance, and that's supposed to go upwards. Anyway, at least that's how I did it. Now the legs still look a bit, I mean, but a bit weird, but I think it was even worse when things were all mixed in the wrong sides, you know. And yeah, and if I did something wrong, just let me know. I won't ever change it again because it was a horrible experience. I'll have to do it with some figures I'm still have to open, but not again with this guy, especially not because having this spec here is just yeah, it's done. Anyway, let's see some size comparisons. There you have Clone Commander Bly next to a regular Stormtrooper and to the Clone Commando Fixer, and next to a Dark Trooper, Clone Commander Gree, Captain Rex, and a very muddy Clone Commander Cody. So this is a good figure. I mean, if you don't have it yet, this is again a retrospective review. I'm just doing it because of the next one I'm doing, and I hadn't opened this guy, so I had to do it. And yeah, if I'm opening something, I'll better put it on video and upload it to the channel so that, well, for those of you who don't have the figure or are still thinking about if you want to get it, so that I can help you with that, and also, yeah, just to have like some kind of you know, like a documentation. Anyway, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.